Reagan had a saying, that, quote, facts are stubborn things. And that's really kind of what we're going to do. CSCOPE is being used in about 875 school districts, as well as districts here in Panola County. And really what we need is the facts about CSCOPE. We have pros and cons here tonight, okay? And the two facts that particularly bothered me, they came out of the Senate hearings in January of this year, 2013. And I think it's what the pros and cons agreed to. Well, the pros and cons didn't dispute it. Everybody kind of agreed to it. And the first one was that CSCOPE was purchased with public funds. CSCOPE was used in public schools. It was taught in public schools by public school teachers. It was taught in public schools to public school students. And the public, and even the State Board of Education, up until January of 2013, did not have access to it. Or if they did have access, it was very limited. That was the thing that came out and undisputed. The proponents of the CSCOPE said the curriculum is proprietary, okay? And that was the reason it couldn't be allowed for everyone to see it. But by limiting that public access, as far as I was concerned, and a number of other people, it didn't really provide a very good sense of confidence in the product. And the Texas State Education Committee, the Senate Committee, met on the 31st of January 2013 to hear that committee hearing about CSCOPE. I recommend that you can go to the Texas website and you can actually hear the entire meeting. I think it went from 8:30 to about 3 something. Or you can read a transcript of what was said. The second thing that really bothered me was it was pointed out by the State Board of Education Chairman, Barbara Cargill. And she pointed out that the CSCOPE incorporation papers states that if the corporation dissolves, CSCOPE goes to the federal government, not to Texas. You'll heard probably a term that's been used a lot, Mama Grizzly, okay? And Mama Grizzly, in the past few years, what it really means is that somehow one of you have got between a grizzly mother and her children. And it can be lethal to be between them. And a grizzly mom can really be pretty lethal, but is not the most lethal mom. Actually, the most lethal mom is a Texas mom. Okay? Miss Alice Linahan is a Texas mom. She's politically active. She speaks publicly throughout the country to educate the public on the truth about the media, the many dangers that threaten our safety and our prosperity in America and its children. Ms. Linahan is a board member for the Women on the Wall and the Texas Alliance for Ethical Government. After she speaks, we are going to invite questions and comments from all of you, if you would. So please join me and the Panola County Conservative in welcoming Ms. Alice Linahan.
Thank you very much. I'm going to kind of move around and move my PowerPoint around. There's a video that I want to encourage all of you to go watch. And if you're taking notes, write this down. I was going to play it, but it's not pulling up. So, and some of you may have heard of it, but it's called Kid President. How many people, raise your hand, have heard of the video, The Kid President? Okay. Precious video. Precious video. This little boy in this video just warms your heart. He motivates you. He encourages us to be awesome, to not be boring, to be better people. And this video, I'm going to give you a couple of things, a couple of homework projects. Go to womenonthewall.org, or you can also go to voicesempower.com. That's another site that I run. On voicesempower.com, I'm going to post it on the front page tonight, so I want to encourage you to go watch this video. This video is a little boy who did just some great fun YouTube videos, and it got picked up by a channel that asked him to be a regular on their channel. And when you know that the President of the United States, President Obama, asked this little boy to come to the White House, he actually asked him to start announcing in the Easter egg hunt, the White House Easter egg hunt. This little kiddo has become this famous kid now. And when you watch his videos, it's not a conservative, liberal, Democrat, Republican thing. It's just a be an awesome kid thing, be an awesome American. But who picked up on that little kid's talents? Who picked up on that video to use it to get people to go vote for the president? It wasn't Mitt Romney. It was Obama. It was Obama's people. They completely outflanked the Republican Party. And how did they do it? They inspired, they motivated, they made people feel good and happy inside. And a lot of times when we're talking about issues, and right now especially about CSCOPE and Common Core, the things that we hear are, oh, it's a Marxist curriculum, it's a communist curriculum, they're indoctrinating our children. Oh my goodness, it's just awful, awful, awful. And people are overwhelmed, and people who are a part of it or have been in education for years are on the defense. And we're all agitated and fighting. And while we're doing that, the far left are indoctrinating and are taking over the hearts and souls and the minds of our children. And we're allowing them to do it because we forgot how to inspire. We forgot how to encourage and call people to greatness. So I want you to watch that video because what the far left does, I describe them kind of like drug dealers, actually. Let's go to the negative. They create all this propaganda and content, and then they take it to the media, and the media pushes it out, and then they take it to the Acorn-type organizations, and they find the pushers, and then the pushers push it into our communities. And what do? We send each other an email. We don't do anything online publicly. We talk in an echo chamber, or we fight against people that we don't agree with in a mean-spirited way sometimes. So I wanted to start out tonight talking about how things can be an illusion and things can be propaganda and people can be used. Good people can be used for someone else's agenda. You know, before I started really taking on the issue of CSCOPE and Common Core, I've been traveling around the state and around the country, talking to grassroots groups, organizations, setting up communication teams so that we can find truth and information and disseminate it out to our friends and neighbors. And one of the things that I talk about I'm only standing up here today because I'm that mama grizzly. I was ticked off in 2008 and I didn't know what to do. And so I just started getting on my real estate blog and writing and trying to figure out and talking to people. And I became one of those people that am what I call a connected authority. I'm a connected authority not because I've got a master's or a doctorate or I've got all this education or that I've been trained. I'm a connected authority because I'm a ticked off mom who started doing research and then posting news and information on social media and asking questions and getting into debates with people. And so people started coming to my Facebook and Twitter and all that to find news and information. When I went to my 25th high school reunion, everyone knew what I thought. A lot of people didn't agree with me, and that's okay. They knew at least where I stood. A lot of people said, you know, you really need to quit posting all that political stuff on your Facebook because you're supposed to be going and getting your nails done and going to lunch, and that's what you post on Facebook. It's social. And I said, well, wait a minute. While you're all going to lunch and getting your nails done, they're taking down our country. So I'm going to be posting things on Facebook, and if you don't like it, just delete me. Well, a lot of those same people that thought I was crazy and radical and nutty are now coming to my Facebook for their news and information every day. So that's why I'm a connected authority. It's not because I'm someone who's done a lot of schooling, but I have spent a lot of hours researching. And then we have what I call the engaged minority. That's people that show up at meetings, people who are engaged, grassroots, Tea Party people. The engaged minority.